Cousins, I'm just in a super poopy mood. I just had to sit down for a moment. I just spent the last hour on the phone with eBay. I also attempted to both video my screen and record the conversation so you could be a part of it with me. I had technical difficulties on both fronts. So, here's the deal. I talked with eBay. I spent an hour with him. I got no call or email back like they said. This was the fourth individual I spoke with. She put me on hold probably 6 times, each time saying she would be back in 2 minutes. She was good, true to her word. She did come back in 2 minutes and then say, I need 2 more minutes. So, eventually, she could not help me. She told me that the logistics department she was trying to put me in touch with could not be reached. And so there was nothing she could do. Well, I kind of pitched a little bit of a, I wouldn't say I pitched a fit necessarily, but I kind of told her, listen, this has gone on long enough. I need some sort of resolution here. And so she said, here, let me find someone else for you. So she got me in touch with another individual, a guy, a manager of some sort. We started talking through it, and he basically ended up accusing me of putting the wrong label on the wrong box of these 2 different pairs of Nikes. And said he could tell by the shipping that the Hyper Royals went to Florida, which is where the person who had bought the KD shoes lives, whereas the KD shoes were sent to the authenticator. Is it possible that old Rusty made a mistake? Well, I am a human being, and it is possible, though I very much do not believe that I made the mistake here. So what they did was they basically allowed me to then communicate with the person who had bought the KD shoes, because the thought was perhaps there was a mix-up and that the Hyper Royals were sent to that individual. So I got on and I sent him a message, and I said, while I was on the phone with eBay, hey, did you happen to get a pair of Jordan 1 Hyper Royals as opposed to these Nike KD shoes? Did you receive yours? Like, I feel like I have yours here. They were sent back to me. Can you please let me know? I didn't expect to hear one word. And I told the guy at eBay, I said, listen, if I never hear from this person, like, what happens? And he goes, well, we don't really have procedures set up for this sort of thing. Not really anything. We're going to close the case. And I was like, good night. And then guess what happened? The individual emails me back. And basically, this is what they said. Yes, I got the Hyper Royals. They don't fit me. I really wish I had the shoes I bought. And I said, I emailed back, I said, that is a relief, because they got this thing swapped. It took me a week to figure out what happened to them. Can you send them back to me? And the person said, I'd be happy to send them back to you, but the problem is, I'm in Costa Rica. I'm stuck here with these shoes. Can't really get them back to you. So I email back and say, well, I get that it might take a little bit of time, but I'll pay for it, and I'll also send your shoes back to you. Can you please let me know? And they said, listen, I really love to send them back to you, but it costs up to $400 to send stuff back to the U.S. from Costa Rica. To which I do a quick search online to find that you can send stuff, on airplanes even 1 to 3 days for $50 or less for something that's 2 to 3 pounds. I email them that, no response. So here's the breakdown. eBay got 2 pairs of my shoes. They sent them to the wrong people. They refunded one buyer, sent the other buyer a very valuable item they did not pay for. I found out after 5 calls in roughly 4 hours of time on the phone with eBay what happened. They blamed me and said that I must have swapped the labels, and then they said they'd close the case without further assistance. Luckily, the person who received the shoes were honest about saying they got them, but is not going to send them back to me. There's nothing that eBay can do to make them send them back. There's nothing I can do to make them send them back. So Rusty loses in this case. There's nothing I can do. That's the end. It's a bummer, but sometimes this happens. Just going to try to stick around and fight another day. Good luck to you out there, everybody. This is a rough game sometimes. Start by refunding me my $341 for Jordan 1 Hyper Royals that you accidentally shipped to another buyer and then accused me of sending them to the wrong place, when in reality you messed up big time. I'm very disappointed in you, eBay. Kind regards, Rusty. Rusty, how